Welcome back, everyone. It's 1 o'clock on Sunday, which is Mother's Day. So first thing we have to swing around to is do a shot of Moe. And there's Moe for her first Mother's Day, taking a nap. Actually, she's bored and wishing we could go for a walk. Right, Moe? Moe. So welcome back, everyone. This is SSD Moe, and we're here with her litter of 6 puppies that are 4.5 weeks old. And today we're going to try a few things with them. Now, you've been watching, and people always ask, when do the puppies start learning? When do you start training them? So watch what happens and tell me if you think the puppies are learning anything. Puppy, 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 puppy. Okay, Verity, did you hear that? Durham, Sallybot, Larry. All the puppies learned that, puppy, puppy, puppy. So they have learned that. So that's one thing they've learned in 5.5 short weeks. What else do we have here, puppies? Now the other thing I'm going to start today, remember that we can start working with these puppies as soon as they can eat, and you know that they are eating. So what I like to use is baby food, meat baby food. Because right now they have, number one, they have very sharp teeth. And if you try to give them a treat, you're likely to get a slice. And number two, they really can't chew a treat. Remember, they're still getting mush. So I start with baby food, and you can just slide just a little bit of food. They only need a tiny, tiny bit. And then they can learn to start associating food with good things, because they're Labradors, so they already know that food is good. Puppies, puppies, puppies. So I just take my finger, and this is a little bit of practice, because they've never tasted this before. But you can see that Glory figured it out in about a quick nanosecond. And you see all their noses are up. They smell the food. And they get the hang of this pretty darn quick. Come on, Clarity. Oh, not you. Okay, there you go. So now we have noses going, and we have their attention. So now we can start really working with them. So what's the next thing I'll do? And I'm going a little bit fast here right now, but the next thing we'll say is, puppy, puppy, puppy. Oh, Glory looked up, and voila, that food's going to appear. Puppy, puppy. So now they're going to associate, well, before they were associating puppy, puppy with me, which is a good thing, which is really is a good reinforcement for them. I scratch their ears, but this really is a reinforcement. Puppy, 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 puppy. There you go, Serenity. And then, of course, they have to lick each other, and it ends up kind of a free-for-all. Here, puppies, puppy, puppy. Oh, Faith got this. Clarity. And then, yikes. There's a little bit of a fine art to this. You have to kind of slide it onto their gum before they actually bite. See, if you're really fast, you can slide it onto their tongue. Okay, so what we're going to do, the next step is going to be, and not necessarily today, is that they learn to associate puppy, puppy with getting some food. And then in the next week, we'll start working with them individually. Remember, we're working as a group right now, which is very, very, very different than working individually. But then we'll start working on their names. And I say their name, and they get some food. Oh, goodness. The other thing that we want the puppies to learn, the first things the puppies are learning is their name. And then right along with that is the puppy looking up at me or their handler. And it's kind of like them checking in, and then you know that you have their attention. So they learn to do this very early so that saying their name, the end result will be when you say their name, the puppy or the dog looks up at you and checks in. Puppy, 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 puppy. And this takes a little bit. It's not going to happen today because right now they're too focused on the food, and they haven't really put two and two together that if they look up at me, they'll get the food faster. Ah, but you think so. So that's going to be our goal in the next, what do we have, 2-3 weeks, that they get reinforced for listening to and hearing their name, puppy, puppy, and looking up at me, or whoever's handling them. And then, of course, then we can introduce the clicker, and then we can start introducing all kinds of things. So what else are we going to do today? Something else that's very important is crate training. So we're going to have, I'm going to have a touch of food in my finger and put Freedom here in the crate. Put a bit on his tongue and close the door. Now it's going to take him, he's going to sit there and lick on it for a few minutes and not really realize that he's locked in the crate. Our goal, remember, is to always set the puppy up for success, so I'm not going to leave him in there very long. Oh my goodness. You want to be next, right? Okay, so now puppy goes, and he's being good. What have we done? 15, 20, 30 seconds? And I'm going to let him out. And get another dollop of food, and we put Serenity in. Here's puppy. Remember, they've been going in and out of the crate in their other room without a door, so they don't really know that a door can close on them and they can get locked in. So that's what I'll do every day, is put one in the crate, and we'll slowly lengthen the time that they're in it. And I'll end up having 6 crates so that they can all go in the crate at the same time and learn how to be grown-up dogs. This is not the most happiest time for them. They really like being together. It's really hard for us to realize, you kind of forget that they have been living together their whole little life. And when you separate them, their world becomes very different. Very different. They act differently, they react differently, and they get upset. Okay, puppy. Come on. Come on, Serenity. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on out. That's it. Okay, puppies. We'll work on the crates later. That's it. So, right, puppies? Right, puppies? So we're still continuing handling them, playing with them. Right, puppies? That's it. Playing with them, handling their ears, checking out their mouth. That's it. Handling their feet. I still need to do their nails. All right, puppies? These puppies are very paw-oriented. I don't know that we've ever had a litter of puppies that jumps up on their hind feet quite so much. It's good exercise for them. Excellent exercise. So, in addition with, remember I was talking yesterday about Guiding Eyes for the Blind, how they, as a guide dog school, have been so helpful to SSD over the last 15 or 20 years. And that Moe came from Guiding Eyes for the Blind. And I don't know quite the whole deal, but Moe came with 2 other puppies, Curly, who is now a stud dog, and Larry. And I read on Facebook yesterday that Larry is really a good dog, and he helps his partner a lot. Really, I mean really helps. Helps his partner to stay safe when the partner is not quite ready to get up. Larry knows it, and Larry says, No, Mom, you're staying right here for a little while longer, a little longer rest. So Larry is a good dog. So SSD is really grateful to Guiding Eyes for the Blind. And I also said the Guide Dog Foundation has been more than generous with SSD over the years. And another program is Southeast Guide Dogs. And to show you, it was illustrated to me last night, Lauren, who was working for SSD and left, and now works for Southeast Guide Dogs in the Tampa area in Florida. She's in charge of making their breeding decisions. Oh my goodness, we have ferocious puppy fights. So Southeastern has 50 moms in their string, and Lauren's job is to pick out studs for them based on temperament and what kind of traits that each dog could bring to a litter of puppies. So the other day she was considering a mom, a lady that came into heat, and figuring out which stud dog, and it came down to a couple of stud dogs, and she said, wait a minute, this is this is Southeast Guide Dog Grant, who in an earlier life was known as Euro. And Euro was part of the currency litter, and he was born here. He's a Yana puppy, and SSD donated him to Southeast Guide Dogs. And they chose him as one of their stud dogs. So this is illustrating the cooperation between programs big and little. So they are very happy. And there's a couple of other dogs that their bloodlines came from SSD. So Euro is one of the currency puppies. Who else was there? Drachma and Bot and Lira and Shilling. There were a lot in that litter. So they were Yana puppies, and Midge is the great-grandmother. So Midge, any offspring of Midge we call midgelets. So Euro, who is now known as Grant, is a midgelet. And he is helping the Southeast Guide Dogs bloodlines. Right, kids? So as you can see, the puppies are getting bigger, a little more boisterous. They were so calm and so cool and collected, and now they're not quite so much. And this will continue. We need the weather to warm up. Oh my goodness. We need the weather to warm up so they can get outside and run. Remember, Timmy? Running makes you grow strong brains. So, as you can see, the puppies were hungry. So what we're going to do is feed the puppies lunch. Do you think they'll enjoy that? And you watch and see how much. There's another thing they have learned, is the banging of the dish. And watch what happens when they hear the banging sound when lunch is served. And then the other one is to laugh and see how fast it disappears. Remember, they are Labradors. Okay, everybody, here comes noise. Remember, they used to stick their paw in and go, ew? They got over it. They have gotten over the ew of the paw. They did eat this morning. They nursed this morning for starving. But they're growing babies. So they're getting, that's a little bit more food. It's still very mushy, so they don't have to chew it.
Starting to spin.
And they are starting to spin, if you notice. They push each other around in a circle. This gets quite amusing as they get better at it. And get their feet out of the pan. So there goes a cup and a half of food. It's pretty much gone. And now they will be like a baby. Might run around for a minute and then they will take a nap. And then later this afternoon, they'll go back into their other area that they sleep in their whelping box. So we move them back and forth, and as soon as it warms up, we'll go back onto the deck. But right now, it's too cold for dogs and people. So with that, we will finish for today. You can enjoy the puppies eating for a few more minutes, and I'll say thanks for listening. Remember, we always need puppy raisers. Thanks for listening, everyone. All the mothers out there, enjoy your special day. Happy Mother's Day to all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.